All right, everybody, we are back at it. Excited to be with you today. We've got new information in New Zealand. I finally had some conversation, so I'm excited to update you on that. Obviously, Australia, I'm in Australia currently right now, so I'm going to be updating those that have not been able to make it to the town hall meetings, kind of what's going on and what's happening there. In Canada, we are still pushing forward in British Columbia as well as in Ontario, and we have some information in Quebec. And we are starting to really move forward in the United States with our animal chiropractic movement. I've been talked to a couple other states, so I have some updates for you on that. And yeah, we're just excited about things that are going on. So make sure you pay attention. Make sure you watch this. We want you to stay connected. That's really the biggest power that we bring to the table is connecting the profession on these issues. So make sure you stay connected. We love you. All right, our Warriors. Guys, it's Bharon here. August 6th. Already in August. Cannot believe it. It's incredible that we're already through half of this year. But man, we've got a lot more going on to round this year out. So we're excited. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual location. I'm actually in Adelaide, Australia, in Southern Australia. And I don't have my normal lighting, don't have my microphone, so I apologize for maybe the quality of this video not being what it typically is, but I did want to stay up on our updates and make sure you guys are aware of what's going on. I'm really heightened, high energy right now. It's been an incredible trip down here in Australia. I've been here for 2 weeks already. I have about 9 days left in my trip. And I'm excited because of what I get to be a part of here. And we're doing something in Australia that I really want to do around the rest of the world. We just really haven't had the willingness of organizations to sit down and collaborate. But that's collaboration is kind of my word in this update. I want you to know how powerful it is when organizations come together and their mission is about the profession, not their own identity. It's refreshing, it's encouraging, and we're excited to be doing that. I got to kick off my trip down here, meeting with the Australian Chiropractic Association, speaking at their conference. It was a great conference, great energy. Lots of they had over 80 chiropractic students, which I thought was fantastic. They put a concerted effort to start to bring in the future of our profession, which I thought was a phenomenal idea. So it's just been amazing. And as I'm touring around Australia doing town hall meetings, this energy that's being created is fantastic. And so it really energizes me. It gives me the desire to keep moving forward, to keep doing what we're doing. And it's exciting. So if you don't normally watch the global report, I'm going to encourage you to at least watch the Australia report, so you can get an idea of what's going on here and what we're doing. It's just exciting. I'm honored to be able to play this part in what's going on and the power that our profession really has when we start to organize. And I'm excited about that. And I want you to get excited about that because it's something that our profession has not historically done very well. And we're doing a long, sustaining drive of organizing this profession to be able to make sure that we become the number one healthcare choice in the world. So it's pretty encouraging. I'm a very, very, very blessed man. I'm also a little excited because today I get to hang out with a bunch of chiropractic students, which is one of my favorite things to do, to love on them a little bit and just kind of feed off of their energy as they're looking at the world through completely different lenses than those of us that have been in this profession for a few decades. So yeah, very excited. So pay attention to the reports, lots of stuff going on. Watch your country, and then I'm encouraging you to watch the Australia report as well. All right, guys, we love you. Let's go ahead and get into our reports. All right, New Zealand. Well, hey, I had an opportunity to sit down with the president of the New Zealand Chiropractic Association when we were in Cairns, Australia at the Australian Chiropractic Association conference. And it was awesome to sit down with Dr. Ferris and really get her perspective of what's going on in New Zealand and where things have come from, where they are now, and really looking at the opportunities that present to chiropractic. So I've really been kind of I had a strong desire to start pushing the envelope in New Zealand. You have arguably, I'm going to say, the best chiropractic college in the world in New Zealand with the way that it's operating, the research department, the way that it's helping to start other schools around the world. It's just pretty phenomenal, that school and the leadership there and their willingness to really expand chiropractic on behalf of chiropractic, even when they gain nothing from it. And you have a very strong association. You're one of the few national associations that has the high level of participation in the field, which is very encouraging and exciting. Granted, you have 1,000 chiropractors. I know it's a little bit different than any other country that has a considerable amount more. but it's awesome that it's happening. What I'm trying to do is be a bit of an agitator, a disruptor, if you will, and really pushing the envelope. I think there's such an opportunity in New Zealand to tell the story of chiropractic because of the resources that you have between a strong association and a university that's there. We need to really capitalize on that, especially in a time in our world when people are looking for what it is we have. So I had a phenomenal conversation with Dr. Ferris. We are going to be having a conversation with representatives from the university as well. And we are going to be pushing the envelope in New Zealand for the story of chiropractic. So be on the lookout for that. I know I've kind of been telling you that for a while, but meetings are starting to happen now. Conversations are happening. We're still defending the 6 cases. Nothing really new there. I don't expect anything really dramatic going to be happening there. They're just kind of kicking the can down the road. We're going to continue to play the game because we're going to stand behind these individuals that were willing to stand strong on their principles. So we're still paying for that. We're still representing those individuals, and we'll continue to do so moving forward. So just want to let you know we love you. God bless you. I will be coming back. It looks like I'm going to be speaking at the association's annual event next year. So I will definitely be coming back. We'll be doing our town halls around New Zealand as well. And just know we love you guys. We appreciate you for who you are, what you're doing, and thanks for staying connected to us. All right, guys, God bless. All right, Australia. All right, guys, man. Well, I'm here in Adelaide, and I've already done a few town halls. We've had 4 meetings already, just kind of sharing the vision of what we're doing, and they've all been incredibly fantastic. So those of you watching this that took the time to come out, thank you so much. I'm headed to Melbourne. Actually, we would have, by the time you're watching this video, I'm recording it on Saturday. So by the time you watch this video, we'll have had 1 meeting in Melbourne. We're going to have another one on Wednesday, and then we'll be in Sydney for our meeting on Thursday night. So excited about what's been happening here in Australia. And I know a number of you have reached out to me and asked if I'm going to record those meetings, if I can give a summary for those that are too far away or couldn't make the scheduled meeting at the time that we had it in your area. And I want you to know that I am going to be doing kind of a summary video at the conclusion of this trip that's really designed to update those that weren't able to be at the town halls, but also something that you can use to help spread the word. As I'm sharing in these meetings, now is the time that we have to organize. I'm laying out the plan. I'm doing it very intentionally, giving you kind of the inside information so you know why some of the things that are happening, why we're working with the ACA the way that we are, what the ACA's role is, why everyone needs to belong to the ACA as well. It's just been a phenomenal conversation, and I think people are starting to get the big picture, which is very exciting for me. And now it's time to go viral, right? The days of us being siloed, separated, segmented, and duplicating efforts and resources needs to stop, and we need to start pooling those resources between the ACA and OneChiropractic. We're going to be able to do the work that needs to be done in this country to create an environment that allows chiropractors to practice freely and have the support they need to make sure they're reaching all the parts of Australia that need to be reached for the betterment of your society. So it's exciting. These conversations are amazing. I had a chance to talk to a number of the ACA leadership when I was at their event in Cairns. And as I'm kind of touring around Australia, meeting other influential individuals, it's amazing the collaborations that are happening. So what we're talking about primarily in these town halls is what's going on with the censorship issues and your marketing, dealing with using testimonials and marketing a bit more aggressively. Aggressively sounds negative. I'm not asking anyone to break the rules, but we are trying to challenge the way that AHPRA is interpreting the current guidelines. We're having success with this, but I don't have enough chiropractors that are doing it. So I'm laying out why the plan is the plan, what the vision is, where the support comes from, and people are starting to get it. And I think we're going to start seeing more chiropractors willing to grab information off of Dr. Heidi Havek's website, off the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress's website, and really start launching some information from their offices. The goal is to get the attention of AHPRA. The goal is for them to start sending letters stating that you're violating the policy, and it gives us an opportunity to educate them that you're not violating the policy. As a matter of fact, you're following it to the letter, because we're only saying things that are sourced and evidence-based and are provable, and that therefore they need to expand their consciousness of what it is that chiropractic does. Because when you really scour the language of that advertising code or policy, it allows us to do a lot more than most people think. It's just no one wants to challenge how opera's interpreting that. And so we are wanting to challenge them. So our goal is to get thousands of chiropractors doing this so that we can re-educate opera on the truth about the effectiveness of chiropractic, the research, the information, the data that does exist to support our position, and therefore getting them to back off, giving you guys more freedom to tell the story of chiropractic. So we're digging into that in greater detail. Then I'm also talking about what's going on with this pediatric policy. When they removed the policy in November, they reinstated it in March. What's going on now? I'm in full support of what the ACA is doing with talking to the registrar or the ministers and educating them on this process. We're supporting that effort. I will say this: if you received an email from the ACA with a letter asking you to sign it and send it to the minister of your state, please do it. They're doing this the right way. They're following the politics in the appropriate manner to have the impact that needs to happen. And then we're coming around the backside and we're going to put pressure where it needs to be put from a bit more of a aggressive standpoint, if you will. But the ACA is handling this perfectly. They're having conversations, they're sitting at the table, they're forcing information, and they're challenging the viewpoint of the medical groups that have been pushing this false information and fake news across the rest of the world. So it's exciting, the stuff that's going on right now in Australia, and we're happy to be a part of that. And we're laying out a plan of how we're going to go on the offensive with this pediatric process. And so, as I said, when I conclude this meeting, I'm going to be sending out a video specifically to Australia, laying out a little bit more detail what the plan is so that you guys can use this to send it to your colleagues and we can actually grow our influence in this organization. So we're excited about what's happening there. So guys, we'll update you more. Like I said, at the conclusion of this trip, I'll be heading home on August 10th. I have another big meeting in the United States that week, but then I will be filming some stuff specifically for Australia to give you the tools and resources to be able to help us spread the message and grow the organizational structure here in Australia. So thank you to everyone. It's been an incredible journey, but we'll be talking to you in a couple weeks and we'll get you that information. All right, guys, God bless. We'll talk to you later. All right, Canada. Hey guys, we obviously I've been away for the last couple of weeks, so I don't have a ton of new information, but we are communicating with our attorneys. As I told you, we did retain new counsel in Ontario. I'm waiting to hear back from them as they've been digging into some information that we're having them look at, and we'll move forward with that process. And I know that's not giving you a lot of information, but I can't share too much about what we're doing at this point. But I just want you to know that we are looking at some behaviors and things that are happening in Ontario and looking to get involved in that. In Quebec, we are starting to have conversations. I shared this with you before. We're concerned with a couple of the bills that have been sent in, even though they don't affect chiropractic right now. It's setting a precedent, which is very similar to what's going on in British Columbia, and we don't want that to happen. So we're having some collaborative conversations with the association, with other influential people in Quebec, where we can all organize and really work well together to make sure that the interests of the chiropractic profession in Quebec is protected. And we're not chasing our tail like we're doing in British Columbia. So just know that those conversations are still happening, and we're looking forward to a productive decision and a plan being put together in Quebec. In British Columbia, our attorney did just send another letter to the new council, the new college, waiting to kind of see where their stance is on the x-ray issue, as well as looking at how they plan to move forward with the amalgamation and holding or really enforcing the elements of Bill 36. So when I get back from Australia, I will be meeting with the coalition again, looking at where we're at, how we want to move forward, things of that nature. So not a ton has happened since the last time I talked to you, but I want to let you know those conversations are still going and we're still working on those issues in Canada. But we love you. I'll have more information for you once I get back and I can kind of focus and get back in relatively the same time frame. This 12 to 17 hour time difference makes it difficult to kind of coordinate with our team, but things are still moving and things are still getting done. We want you to know that we've got your back and we're going to continue to push forward. But we love you, Canada. Thank you so much for staying connected to us and spreading the message, guys. We love you. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks. All right, United States. Hey, guys, we're very, very close. The 15th of this month, we'll be launching the new association, or the revised association, the revised organization, I should say, not association, of the in the animal chiropractic space. So be looking for an email from us. It's all getting formed. I haven't been able to communicate with them quite as much because I'm in Australia and the time change, but I'm watching what's going on through emails, and they're doing a great job of organizing and getting things prepared for this awesome launch on August 15th. So if you're connected to Animal Chiropractic in any way, you're going to want to pay attention to this announcement with the Academy, and an opportunity for you to get plugged into what's going on and really start organizing this space. I also had a good conversation with New Hampshire, and they're going to start moving some language. We're talking still in California and in Texas, Washington State. I had a couple conversations there about some things that are moving, and all this stuff is looking good. We've got momentum as we're looking at creating more standardized language across the United States as it relates to animal chiropractic. So I'm very excited about that. Very, very proud of the work that's been done over the last year and a half to create this organizational infrastructure. And now it's time to kind of put the pedal to the metal and start pushing things forward. So we're excited about that. Not a lot's happened with our class action since I've been in Australia. I will be meeting with our team when I get back, so I don't have a lot of information for you there. But I also want to let you know we do have some movement in our military work as well. So we've got some more influential individuals in Washington that are willing to sit down and have conversations. And so I'll have more information for you on that as well. I know I haven't updated you on that lately, but just know that work is always being done. It's just we can't always control the pace at which it gets done. But we're excited about seeing some motion moving in that area as well. So again, a lot going on. I'll have more for you when I get back into the States in about a week. And then, yeah, I just love you. Appreciate you guys. If you're going to be at FCA National, I will be going. I'll be there all week. And so I'd love to see you. If you're there, reach out to me either through text or email, and we'll make sure we connect when we're somewhere there in Orlando. All right, guys, we love you. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks. All right, everybody, that's our update for this week. Again, I apologize for different scenery, lower quality video and audio, but I just wanted to stick with our updates, and I know some of it was a little disjointed. Again, it's been a little hard for me to stay completely connected to everything when I'm in Australia, but we're excited about where things are going. We've got momentum. Our team is moving. I will say this, if you haven't connected to our social channels, please do so. We're doing a much better job of explaining and telling everybody what's going on through our social channels. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, please make sure that you connect with the One Chiropractic page. Our team has done a phenomenal job of kind of rejuvenating those methods of communication so you guys can see what's going on a more regular basis. So make sure you connect to our social media channels. All right, guys, we will talk at you in a couple weeks. Thank you. God bless, and keep doing what you do, man. We got your back.